I've already done the walk around, and I took still photos with an emphasis on any cosmetic blemishes and the body panels, because I'll be checking for correct panel alignment once I'm back at my desk. But let's go ahead and push in. I'm about 8 feet away from the vehicle now, and it presents very well. So it's a good looking Hummer there. So let's go ahead and walk in. I always pay attention to the grill starting off there, and I just get some light taps here, just to making sure it's properly secured. The headlamp lens is slightly cloudy there. Okay, all right, the fog light looks good. Again, everything seems nicely secured. Again, just a little fogginess there. Okay, nice. All right. I can't get paint meter readings of the hood because of the material, but the rest of the panels I should be able to, with the exception of the rear. Here, well, let's look at the windshield here. Windshield, I've taken a quick look at that. Don't see any obvious chips or cracks, right, or any signs of delamination. Yep, I already got a shot of the public ID tag, which I'll be cross-referencing with the other tags as well. And then a shot from the upper level here of the roof, which I can't see, but I'm relying on the camera now. So I'll just do the walk right now. Okay. All right, moving into the left fender well area. Always check under here, and I'm just checking for any signs of impact damage, any issues, cosmetic or mechanical. Looking pretty clean. And looking at the left front tire, it's a 325/50 R22. Okay. And this one doesn't have the DOT number on there, but I'll check the other ones. Tread looks, it's got plenty of tread on there. And while I'm here, I take a view of the side panels, and what I'm checking for here are any signs of waviness, dings, or dents. So far, it's presenting very well. Now, what we'll do is tap on the outside mirror a little bit. These get banged up, so that looks like it's properly secured. Paint is slightly chipped right there. Okay. And let's get some paint meter readings. 3.5, 4.5, and 4.5. The paint is smooth to the touch, even though there is a light coating of dust, so I am accounting for that, but it's got a nice gloss to it, right? And the paint measurements were solid. Okay, this is the left rear door, 4, 4.5, and 4.5. So again, great readings. Glass looks good. There's a little smudge right here. I tried rubbing a little bit, but I don't want to work it too much because it's not mine to mess with. And then also the step-up bar here. Looks good. All right, let's get the readings here. 5, 4, 4.5, decent. Right here, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick up on it or not, but just some slight cosmetic blemishes right there. Try to get some different angles there. Right there. And always looking at the gas cap filler area, pigtails up there intact. Good. Start from my view from the top. Again, we're just looking for any type of panel unevenness, waviness, dings, and dents. Left rear wheel well area. Get a shot of the frame, and I'll be getting underneath as well to look around. So it's looking really clean. I mean, I didn't check to see what the mileage is, but given the year, it's I'd say right now it's well above average condition. All right, so I see the DOT number here. Looks like the tire was manufactured in the 45th week of 2013. Okay. Rims look good. Don't see any signs of cosmetic damage there. Oh, you know what? Let me walk over and see if I can get a shot of the brake pad. Sometimes I can get them, sometimes I can't, but I always give it a shot. So I'll need to review the video myself. And let's try the rear here. I don't think I'll be able to get in there. Yeah. All right, moving on. Looking at the rear of the vehicle, looks nice. Lenses nicely secured. Trim looks good. I've already pulled out the tire, swinged out. That was fine. Didn't see any issues here. There's the back backside. Sometimes this trim gets scuffed up. Spare tire. Oh, there you go. Just a little chewed up right there, right there. Also, I opened up the bin compartment area and verified that the jack was there, and I saw the tool bag. And the view. Let's see if we can get a view from the top side here. And let's do a side panel view before I move on. Good. Let's get some quarter panel readings. 3.5. 4. So the readings have been rock solid so far. Okay, wheel well area. Nice. Tread nice and deep. And let's get some door readings. 4, 3.5, 3.5, 4.5. Good. 4, 4.5, and 4. 3.5, outside mirror nicely secured. Let's get as many views as possible. I'll have to check to make sure we have the key for that. Alright, moving on to the engine bay area. Alright, on this portion of the video, what we're going to do is you're going to experience what I experienced when I start the vehicle for the first time. So when I first turn on the ignition, we should see all of the fault lights come on. What we want to do is verify that yes, they do illuminate, but more importantly that they do go out after the self-diagnosis has occurred. So here we go. So key in the ignition. Okay, and then here we go. So I see all the fault lights on there. Engine, check engine light, oil pressure, battery. I see the airbag flashing. There's even that indicator for the hood being open. I've got that open because we'll be walking over there shortly, and we're going to take a tour of that as well. All right, so here we go. Okay, so it cranks up fairly quick. Just let it run here a little bit. Okay, lights are going out, and finally the airbag goes out. So far so good. Let me see if I can get odometer reading is 46,654. Right, and I'm not going to do the interior right now. That's later. So what we're going to do now is we're going to walk towards the rear of the vehicle. Right, and what I want to do is look at the exhaust. We don't want to see black, blue, gray, or white because that all means something. Well, we don't want to see anything. So the exhaust looking pretty clear. So I'm not seeing any smoke coming out anywhere, right? And that's what I'm checking for. Okay. So I check the sides as well because sometimes there can be holes in the exhaust, and we can pick it up from there. I'm not hearing any misfiring, so we're moving along nicely. Looking at the hood, I always like looking at the underside. One, because I like to check the insulation to make sure it is intact. It is missing a nut there, or some of the hardware. But if I see like it chewed up, there's a chance that a rodent was in here. They like engine bays for whatever reason, so I like to check to make sure that they're not nesting here inside of the engine, because once they're in there, they like to chew at wiring and hoses and anything that can be potentially expensive. That's what they like. That's what they got a real taste for. So that can be really pricey as well. So I've already looked. I kind of dug around already and didn't see any signs of nesting, right, or any chewed wires or any hose damage. When I squeeze the hoses, they're still soft. I take this opportunity to look at the pulleys as well, make sure that I don't see any wobbling. And I'm gonna let it run for 15 or 20 minutes. So after I'm done with this segment here, I'm gonna turn off the video, but still gonna run for a while because I really want to get the engine nice and hot. Because when it really warms up, if something's kind of already loose, I should be able to hear it. Secondly, it heats up the suspension, it heat soaks it. So when I go on the road test, if I feel like excessive looseness, then we know we may have some bushings or suspension issues. That's why one of the reasons. And I like to see if it overheats or not. I've already looked at the brake fluid. It's a little bit on the dark side, but not sludgy. So at some point that will need a fluid exchange, but still okay now. So retaining cable good. Checked everything, wiring all intact. So the engine sounds good. I'm not hearing any abnormal noises like coming from the bottom or the top end of the engine. So another view of the underside, and I've got still photos of this as well. I've already checked the coolant, and And what I'm checking for here is any signs of cross-contamination and or bubbling. So looking pretty good. Again, I always shake the components around, make sure nothing's loose. Everything seems to be intact. Good. I've already checked the oil level and the transmission fluid. We can hear the cooling fan cycling. That's what we hear now, right? To maintain the temperature of the engine. And the walk around video, I don't know if I pointed out the windshield or not, but looks pretty clean. All right, so again, I'm gonna let it run for a while here. And I keep an eye on the temperature gauge, make sure that's still normal. And listen out for any noises, and then just continue on. Been driving the vehicle for a couple of miles already, so transmission shifted nicely, no issues with the brakes, but let me just go through the checklist real quick. So I've already drove hands-free, hands off the steering wheel. And let me just wait till I get straightened out here a little bit. And so it's driving straight. I step on the brakes, and there's a slight, the slightest veer to the left. So if anything, I'd probably check the air pressure. I don't think it's anything mechanical. Let's see here. I've already checked the operations of the windshield wipers. They're a little streaky. You might see some streaks there. That works. Horn, checked out all the windows, and I checked the windows, or the window operation. Heated seats, that works fine. Shifting, all seamless, really smooth. And also did the front and rear locking hub operation, so no issues there. Radio, AC, heater, that all blows cold and hot. No issues with the sunroof, sun visor, that tilted. All the lights work. Sun visors are nice. No, there were no issues there. Checked the operation of the power seats. They all worked up and back. Really clean inside. Didn't see any stains on the headliner. And just do a quick acceleration. So quick to accelerate. Tire noise and the feel, that's something that I hear, but that's also a normal characteristic of the big tires and the knobs. So that's, I would say that's absolutely normal. Right, that's the one time I say that road noise is normal, is considering the tires. And I'm gonna head back to the dealership here now, but and then, well, I'm just heading back, and really no drivability issues. Drove nicely.